Hi, good morning. It's this is a reflection on lesson 106 of A Course in Miracles. It says, "Let me be still and listen to the truth." Let me be still and listen to the truth. This lesson today or for yesterday was beautiful. It's just all about, being still, going into stillness and being quiet to see what voice emerges. The voice of God, but it's also the voice of our intuition, which is one and the same thing. I'm coming to understand, like it's all one thing. And I think that's maybe this reflection is a little bit about I've been reflecting on what is it in me that has to, we all find our own path, right? That's what this whole life is about. Like, what is my inner wisdom telling me? Like, oh, my path, is it supposed to look like that person's, that person's, whatever? And that whole voice thing, well, what am I listening to? When people are like, my spirit guides tell me this. And it's like they talk about it like they hear a voice, and some of them do. I believe it. I believe what people say. It's true for them. And so if they hear a voice, whether it's spirit guides or intuition, whatever is speaking in them, that's their truth. Me, I'm like, I don't hear voices. I don't hear, I always took it literally, it's pretty quiet and out there. I'm not hearing any voices. And to me, it works, I guess, differently through me. Of course it does. It works differently through everybody. But the way, I guess I have this thing of not now I'm like, what is my way? And trusting that way. Well, I've been on this journey of trust that my voice is not leading me astray. So my voice, let me be still and listen to the truth. My truth is, it's not coming from outside of me. The call's coming from inside the house. And so to me, when all this time, I'm like, what? I was looking outside, like, oh, my spirit guides, where are you? You're so quiet. I trust that you're there, but speak to me. And then, I start asking for signs of things and start doing acts of surrender and doing all the things on this path, spiritual path, whatever it is you want to call it. And all the while looking outside for the things, and it's all coming from inside the house. And it comes from inside in different ways, I believe. And some people, it probably does come from outside. Like, I look up in the sky and I see a cloud, and that's my spirit guide telling me whatever. Or I'm hearing literal voices. Like, I have a friend from a long time ago who it started to happen to her, where she would hear this in her ear. And I was like, oh, what is that? That's fascinating. And so it works differently for each of us. And mine literally comes from inside the house. It's like deep knowings. It's bodily, visceral sensations. It's connecting things in my my memory bank. And I've heard, of course, people talk about this, that it works that way. Like spirit triggers I'm like, that's out of left field, like a memory, because the message that's supposed to come out relates to your lived experience so that you can make connections. Like, oh, that was the feeling of that. So that's what the message is, because it's coming out of left field, So just a little reflection on my journey up to this point, and then trusting, because it hasn't been wrong yet. It hasn't led me astray. The trust in that coming from inside the house, where my journey of, I truly believe, is one of trusting the self and coming into self-worth and all that good stuff. Because if I was just led to believe that it's, out there, and my guides are talking to me, and they're like, my guides are saying, my name is Charles and my name is Sally, and we're here to tell you blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't ever come into that trust of my inner self, right? So it's like, for me, that's not my journey. Maybe they are real entities separate from self that will reveal themselves someday. But right now, my journey is, I feel like I'm getting the chills. So I'm getting this knowing that the silence out there keeps pointing me in here over and over and over. And this lesson reminds me of that. Let me be still and listen. I'm not looking out there anymore. And man, I've got all the chills. Okay, I get it. And to listen to my inner truth, which is the voice of God. It's all one and the same. So I'm just going to skip. Like it says, listen and hear your Father speak to you through his appointed voice. Ugh, I don't like those words. And that's part of my journey too. Why don't you like those words? Father, his voice. Obviously, the male pronouns really bother me when we talk about spirituality. They bother me not so much that I feel triggered. It's not a triggered kind of bother. It's kind of like can we transcend that language already? But this was written in a time where we hadn't transcended that language. I know we're on that path. So it's just a minor bother. What bothers me is me trying to reflect the authenticity of the writing, the integrity of the message, the writing. I don't want to infuse my own stuff into it because I value the integrity of the message and the writing. So part of me is like, I want to say the words, but I want to transcend those words. So, but I'm not triggered by them like I would have been not too many years ago. So anyway, listen and hear your voice speak to you through your appointed voice, through God's voice, which silences the thunder of the meaningless and shows the way to peace to those who cannot see. I'm going to jump right to the end. There's this little affirmation or the way you can speak it. Let me be still and listen to the truth. I am the messenger of God today. My voice is God's to give what I receive. So this is like the whole point of the lesson is whatever voice emerges with whatever guidance or wisdom or truth, that's then for you to turn around and give. You've received this gift, now give it freely. So let me be still and listen to the truth. So it comes from within inside the house. God's voice is our own voice because we each have our own unique journeys, which means we each have our own unique way to voice the lessons from the inside. It comes through our unique expression. And then when we give that, that's a gift to the world. All of our voices are unique. It's just beautiful. Okay, that's it. Gotta go. Bye.